at 1889. Good luck. My audio's a little bit quiet there. Should be good now. We get white for this one. So knight f3 as per usual. Opponent only 250 games in rapid. Let's play traditional reti for this one. We're switching to the more modern e3 first, but this is the traditional reti opening. We'll play like this one. We've done just over 1300 games. So opponent of the mainly blitz. Yeah, mainly blitz player. Mainly blitz. Okay, knight up. I'm going to take the pawn. So it's more just a d4 game as opposed to a reti game, but we've got rid of one of our opponent's center pawns. Probably do our normal setup like this. We could still go any of these sort of moves, knight up. Very flexible for both sides, to be fair. That's all you want, is just a nice playable position out of the opening. He's just deciding how to take back, develop the queen, gives us a tempo. You can then shift the queen somewhere. Or you can just go slow and steady with the knight, or you can play some sort of gambit. Excuse me. Yeah, they have got a good connection, so they'll just be thinking here, I hope. If it had actually left the game, it'd bring a message up saying your opponent has left. You've got so many seconds to wait, which can be a long time, but a little message would appear just above, around about here, if they've actually left. So they must be thinking, oh, something has happened, like they've got a phone call or something after the game started, but not up to us to worry about, just worry about our own moves. But yeah, queen up perfectly normal, knight up normal. You could risk some sort of gambit. We can develop our knight, we can do this sort of structure, we can go d4, but then you're vulnerable to a quick c5, so we can go slow, steady, does it? We can do this, we can do this. We can even do b3, put the bishop on the diagonal. Yeah, maybe I'd look at something like that, just for a little bit of variety. It's not the structure I normally go for. I normally go for this. Anybody watches my games regularly, you'll see this sort of setup in lots and lots and lots of them, but something must have happened. A strong player like this wouldn't be thinking for 2 minutes this early on, would they? It'd be interesting to see if they do start moving, then move really, really, really quick, but really well with it. But yeah, I feel most comfortable playing the structure I know, so that's what I'm probably going to play, but we'll just see what black does. He has taken, he has moved, so I'm going to go g3. So let's see if he moves really quickly now and really well. Okay, he is moving quickly. That gives us a chance to potentially push up and attack the bishop and develop a pawn. So we can go up 2 steps and advance the pawn. Is that worth doing? Here, what does he do? He can't go back here, we just push on. I'm going to do that. I'm going to play e4, just see what he does. I can also go d3 if I'm not sure, or I can castle, but he can't go back to attack the pawn. We just push up and hit 2 pieces. So we're trying to just to push on again, attack the bishop. And still it's a good principle, or get castled, get your king safe early if you can do. But we're just trying to gain a little bit of center space. The problem with this is my d pawn will then be a backward pawn, but it's just one of them things, just mixing up a little bit. So he's gone back that way. Okay, so I'm going to push the pawn and then hit the bishop. He's now come forward, so I can develop another pawn and hit the bishop again. Why not then? Just go forward and hit the piece. Okay, now I'll just develop my knight to block and try and get castled. He attacks us, so we will blockade to protect our piece. Okay, so is there a trick there now? If I take, he takes with a check, so there isn't. So let's just castle. Okay, so now we've got a chance to take again. If he takes here, we can throw a check in And then we can take back, and he might have to mess up his king structure. And if he doesn't take us, then we take his bishop. So that's got to be a good move. I think he's committed to take. Okay, so we can try and win a pawn by going for one of these. Or we can mess his king structure up by forcing this. So check. I think he'll have to take because he's just losing a piece if he doesn't. So we then take here. And if he takes us, we just take back. So here he takes, we take. He's got to deal with this, hasn't he? He's got to deal with the diagonal. I mean, I can grab a pawn here, say queen takes and take back, and it's still a free pawn. So what if I do that? Takes here. He can then develop. No, I like it going this way. Just break his king structure. Yeah, so he spotted that really quickly. So he's obviously focused now. Oh, now he's gone there, but that allows us to take with the knight and attack the rook. Threaten a queen forward, not a check this move. That's covered. If he pushes now, we can just take. He can't block with a bishop. Yeah, it's really weird, and he's just rushed it. So if I take now, we attack the queen, and if he takes, we can take back. So that's still a pawn. So do I go with the bishop first? Knight takes, knight takes. Oh, it's got to be the knight. It must be correct to go with the knight, and we'll take. Now, I don't see an actual way to easily attack his king, and this pawn is vulnerable, but maybe I can push it forward then. Well, I've got my bishop here. Do I push the pawn on? Yeah, it's level material. Is it level material? Oh, we've got 6 pawns and he's got 5. We've got an extra pawn. I'm just wondering whether to push. Let's do it. It does kind of box my bishop in, but to be fair, his is boxed as well. We've got a chance to get it off the board here. Okay, he's gone that way. I missed that move. I actually missed that. But I think I can take and then push on or rook across. So I'm going to lose this pawn because he can come here as well. I actually missed that. Let's develop our rook then. I think he'll do the same thing. But I can't throw a check in to get out of the way. I can push the pawn on though, but if he takes, obviously I can take back. We are a temporary pawn up at least, so we've gained a pawn so we can lose a pawn. That's how I'm looking at it. He's gone there. I don't think I can sack the queen, can I? That's not on, so no. So I have to push the pawn on. I say we've gained a pawn so we can afford to give it back. So he's going to triple stack and we can't stop it. Or can we go here? I think we can go here, and if down we check and win the rook, so he can't push his pawn. And if we can double up the rooks, we can protect our pawn. It'll ultimately be lost if his king gets round. Fair enough, but we're no worse off. But yeah, he can't push there because of the triangulation. So I think he'll take here, but he doesn't have to. But he hasn't. He's moved across. Okay. But doesn't that give us a chance to counter punch then? I'm looking at rook here, to go here, to go here. It looks nice, doesn't it? Here, here, here. He might have to start advancing his pawns. Okay, do I move my queen first though? I think I do. I'm going to move the queen just so I've got the option to take with a rook, but I'm actually trying something like this. That's what I'm playing for, to try and pin the queen. Just simply because of where the queen is. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, I'm just looking at this now, 6 pawns against 5. If we end up not being able to keep this, it's still 5 against 5, so we're not worse off. I don't see any other way to break through though, apart from a concept like this, because of the open file. So he's moved his king. Well, that looks still like a good concept to me, to go here, to go here. But if I go here, can he just take now? Take across, and he can check. Or maybe he can. Maybe he can. So that's not what we need to do then, is it? Let's just play the rook up so we've got the option to double in or triple the defense. If he attacks our queen, we can maybe go here. But if we can triple it, then he's got to get his king in as well. Like move the pawn and put the king here and quad attack it. The more he advances his king forward, the more it's a potential to attack. And I'm not in any rush. I can try and just keep this and figure out if we can maneuver. So he's putting pressure on here. So I'm just going to double them up. So one rook protects the other. My queen guards as well. And can I find a way in? Like queen here creates an immediate threat, but I don't have rook here. Oh, he's pushed us into it. He's pushed us here now, right? That's dangerous. Oh. I mean, I'm just threatening checkmate there. There's a mate in one threat on the board. He can't run. So he's got to do that. He might have to go back. And then we're threatening a move like rook up to hit the pawn as well. I don't think there's a sacrifice on like queen in our takes. So here, or I can take here, or I can check, force him back and then take. That must be right. Check. Now collect a pawn. So now we're 2 pawns up. It would be good to trade the queen, I think. Now again, is there a chance of a trick here? And then check. No, it doesn't do anything for us, does it? So I can go here and attack his rook though. What does he then do? Maybe rook here, maybe rook there. So here, if he goes here, I don't have an easy way in, do I? So what I'm looking at is maybe here to go here. Or what if I go here? If I come this way, I attack the rook and he doesn't have this move. Or maybe I should have done that first, encourage the rook and then come here. Might have been a bit hasty there because he can go back now. I might have been better going here, get the rook up and then swing across. I mean, you wouldn't want the king going there, but maybe you could. But I've still got rook here as well, potentially. But we're 2 pawns up now, so if we can get the queens off now, that would be a good trade, I think. And even if we lose one, we're still a pawn up. Maybe not winning, but better. It all depends on the final structure when it simplifies and whether you can use your extra pawn in the end game. But yeah, that's his obvious move, isn't it? Just to defend and protect. And then how do I actually get in and break through? That I don't quite see. Maybe queen back here, yeah. Maybe queen here to keep him tied down. But queen here, trade would then be good, I think. I think it would be good. I'm just going to push these pawns forward so I don't burn too much time. That's double attacked and double protected. I can move the queen back if I need to. But I'm just going to go back here and threaten this checkmate again. And I'm going to try and just run these up the board. So he's got to deal with that same threat. He might have to go bold with a move like a pawn push, but we can come in if we need to. That's what he's gone for. Okay. I guess we just shuffle forward then. So he has my queen back, we can win another pawn, and rook isn't there, we win the rook. I'm just going to try and chuck these up and see if I can break this structure and win a pawn this side as well. And just as long as I keep my king safe and he's bogged down, it's not easy for black to do anything. And it's whether I can then play a move like rook up and across at the right moment. So maybe I can centralize a rook now. So what's he going to do? He just goes here. I guess we just retreat, don't we? Yeah, I like the look of that. Just threatening to come across and just calmly drop back. Oh, he's gone with that rook now because he's protected this one. Okay, but I think I just simply come back threatening to play a move like rook over. Keep this in check, so he's got to protect it. We still double protect this. Okay, he's come forward. I'm going to drop back now and threaten to check this side. My king looks safe. I'm trying to play reasonably quick to keep him under clock pressure because I'm up on the clock. It's only thanks to whatever happened at the start of the game when he spent a couple of minutes early on, didn't he, on move 3, was it? But my king looks safe. Maybe I should spend a move stepping forward so there's no back rank check, but... Oh, he's pushed forward. Okay, so does that allow the check now then? I think he has to go here. But then I'm a little bit offside, aren't I, though? A little bit offside. I don't see the breakthrough. I've got queen here. I don't have rook. Oh, actually, I do. No, I don't have rook there. You can just take. That's not a move. But I can play a move like rook across to go for a check. But I guess he's got rook there. So let's just chuck the pawn then. See, I'm trying to open files up a little bit and try and... If they're completely vanished, it's easier to activate. My rook's getting behind. So now he's come forward. Can I go here and attack the rook? He's attacking the pawn. I guess he just goes back, but then we'd be triple defending it. But I can check here. He'll have to go here or here. Queen across, but it just feels like I'm slightly loose. So what about here then? I'm going to play rook up now and try and get one of them off the board. Actually, that's not pre-move, but I think rook takes to hit this pawn. He just advanced it a bit much, so it's hard to protect. And my queen guards both of them. So if he takes, I think I go here. If he plays, say, queen across, I think I just take and the other rook where this one is. And even if he gets a check, I just step up and my king looks safe. The pawn looks vulnerable. And his king is really wide open. So I think if he takes, I go with the rook. If he protects it with a queen, I just trade and rook up. But we've got a little bit of time to try and figure things out. So he's gone with the queen. Okay, so if I played queen takes pawn, he just takes and that loses for me, doesn't it? It's no good. So it looks like taking has got to be the way, and then play here. And we attack the queen, so he can't just take the pawn. He can check and we step up, or check and hit this pawn, but that's vulnerable, so he's got to guard everything. And my king just looks safe here, and he's only got 40 seconds to figure it out. And that's going to fall with either piece. So now I can check and attack the rook. He has to defend it here. Check, he'll have to go here, and that would be mate, right? So I think this is over. I can block with the rook, but then can I just ignore it and push? I think I can. Here, if he takes us, we queen with a check. He has to move and we take back. As long as he doesn't have something here, but I don't think he does, so I might even be able to just sack and go for it this way, but no, he's got a check there. So I think that's the move, but no need to be silly. I can check here, he has to go here. I can check here. Say comes here. I think that's the move. Queen check isn't on, rook takes. Yeah, I think I just push on here. His rook is pinned now. If he takes a queen and then I take the rook. And then I just block a check if I need to. Say here. Oof. That felt like a pretty decent game. Now there should be a checkmate or something. Oh, it was there and there. I went the wrong way. It was check here, then check there. That was a forced mate, but it doesn't matter. We're going to get there. So is that check here and mate, right? Everything's winning. Yeah, that was a pretty decent game. Pretty decent game. Let's see what it was in engine speak. So we pause so we don't accidentally start another game. We have 50 moves, so they're the move times for both players, but how long did he take? I'm gonna look at 165 seconds he spent on that move. 165 seconds, and that's basically why he was under time pressure. And the rest of the game, he's probably played it that little bit quicker than me, that little bit quicker. So something happened at the start of the game, and that's why it's really gone the way it has. So we've played a good game, 93 and 88 on the accuracy, so lots of little mistakes here and there, so we'll take a flick through. Again, I'm not bothered if I missed a technical checkmate quick or anything. I just play to win the game. I'm not bothered how. Yeah, so here the engine prefers just go bold in the center straight away, but you're just a little bit vulnerable to pawn pushes. So you'll see this sort of structure in lots of my games. Basically, we're already, what, 2 and a bit minutes up on the clock, and that's basically all it was. So we just chucked some pawns forward because we've got a chance to. And then here, yeah, he's blundered with b6, so he should have just dropped the bishop back, and it's still a bit better for white, but it's now plus 4.5. But we've actually misplayed it a little bit, and it's come back to basically close to level. So let's see if we've failed to punish things here. So knight f6 was the right way to go. See, we could have grabbed a pawn here, and queen takes, but it looks like it was a good move, just to break his structure. But here, I should have gone with the knight. Then I immediately attack the rook. I guess if you block, Let's take a look at that. We should have taken with the knight. He plays c6. Then we put the knight forward to threaten to come in. f5, so we check anywhere. King up here. This doesn't look very clever, does it? And it's just a nice calm queen d2, not h5. Threatening to come here. So he plays h6. Ooh, then g4. But unless you see the whole entire line, you just don't play it. Then eventually the pawn falls at the end. He can take in the center here, though. That we can't take back. So what do we do there? That's a funny way to end it, isn't it? The knight can win back a pawn here. We can't take it back. Okay. So we should have taken with the knight. We do here. Then here, I should have just been nice and calm and developed a rook instead of taking the pawn here. But it's still +3 for us, but there, the pawn push in the center as well. Just slow development moves, get the rook into the game is what I should have done. And then there, I should have pushed the pawn immediately instead of coming across. You see, it's just coming back down towards level. And this was a mistake, yeah. I should have played the rook to c1 instead of offering the queen trade. Now it's basically about level, but immediately one move later +2 again. So then we activate the rook. We've doubled them up. Now we're creating a mate threat, so we've won another pawn. So that was a good move to go across to b5. I wondered if I should have done this, didn't I? I wondered there, but it's not flagged. It's shown it as a good move. The whole rest of the game, I've got a slight mistake there, but we're just looking for common sense development moves to see if we can try and find any way to break through. But of course, it's a lot harder for black to play, especially on time pressure. Yeah, but for that opening move early on, the clocks would have been very much the same there. Yeah, he had to go back here and just concede this pawn. And then we found a nice way to finish here. Although the right move was to actually play the queen check. So it says by pushing the pawn, it's a loss. I've lost a forced checkmate, but it's still +9. So we get there in the end. So that's just an engine being an engine. You just play whatever works that you see. And then here, yeah, I had queen here, didn't I? And he'd have to go back and then it's mate next move. I saw that once as soon as I'd made the move, but I'm not bothered if I missed a technical checkmate. As long as you get there in the end, that's what matters. But a good game, so very good.